Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, Cosorians. Welcome to the Cooking with Cosori Christmas special. I'm Chef Mia, and today we'll be making Frosty Snowman Brownie Cupcakes in the air fryer. If you'd like to see new episodes and cook with me every Thursday, hit the subscribe button. If you want instant notifications, hit the bell icon. Perfect, we've got everything measured out now. We're going to make the whipped cream first and keep it chilled in the refrigerator. So to your stand mixer, we're going to remove this first so it's easier for us to pour things in. This is 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, about a cup of heavy cream, and I always like to have the spatula ready just so we can scrape out all the excess. Want to make sure the measurements are right, especially for baking. I know this is just whipped cream, but I don't like wasting anything. This way you can get a little bit extra with everything that you're making too. It's funny, one of my chef instructors at school, he was like, this is the money maker. You have to keep everything, get everything as much as you can. Yeah, anyways. Make some really nice whipped cream here. The whipped cream is going to hold your Frosty Snowman cupcakes together, and it's gonna be really cute, really light and fluffy. Looks like snow with the coconut and the sanding sugar. It's gonna be great when we decorate it. Start it off slow and then go high. Perfect, the whipped cream is done. We're just going to remove this, place it in a bowl, leave it in the fridge to chill so it maintains its shape, still stays fluffy, and when you put it on the cooled cupcakes, it'll make a nice little cloud for the coconut to sit on so you can see the snow come down on the cupcakes. So after you remove the whisk attachment, you just want to make sure you get everything off of it. This is what we call a stiff peak, when everything starts sticking. If it starts to look a little bit more curdled, you don't want that. You basically have made butter instead of whipped cream. Heavy cream is very high in fat content, so the more you whip it, at the higher speed you whip it, the less time it takes to become heavy cream. So we're just going to remove the bowl here, and I'll show you what I mean. Again, please scrape down the sides of your bowl, and we're gonna just like this. So it's like a cloud. It's heavy cream but with stiff peaks, so you made your whipping cream. We're gonna use that for the snowman topping later. And this should be a really good, nice amount of whipped cream because you don't want too much whipped cream since we're topping the tops of these cupcakes with a lot of decadent and sugary treats. Really excited to get going with you guys here. The next step that we're going to do now is actually we're going to take the semi-sweet chocolate with our butter and head over to the stove. Perfect, our chocolate has just finished melting. Be careful when you remove it from the double boiler. There will be steam underneath and it's very hot. We're just gonna bring it back over here and let it cool slightly while we get the rest of the cupcake batter going. We're gonna have to temper this into the eggs in a minute. And leave that there. Now we're going to do the cupcakes. We're going to be adding in 370 grams of whisked eggs. If you are using extra large eggs, that's about 5. If you're using large eggs, this is about 7.5. That's why it's better to weigh out your eggs rather than use whole eggs so your cupcakes won't be too eggy, too soft, too dense, or too liquidy. I'm gonna pour that directly into the bowl. Next, we're going to add the ½ tablespoon of vanilla extract and about a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt and a pound of sugar. A pound sounds very scary, but when you put it into cups, it's going to be 2 cups and 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to reattach the whisk attachment. We're going to whip the eggs for about 8 to 10 minutes until it's light, fluffy, pale, and glossy. If you do have the professional stand mixers at home, it'll probably take a little less time, so it's probably gonna be about 5 minutes for us. All right, we're gonna start it on low as always, just to make sure nothing flies out of the bowl and hits you in the eye. Then we're gonna move it up to high speed for this stand mixer is a 10-speed machine, so we're gonna move it from 2 all the way to 10 really quick. Let's go. We did some movie magic here. Nothing changed except I put the chocolate into a easy to pour cup. We're going to continue whipping the eggs right now while we slowly stream in the warm chocolate. This is called tempering. You don't want to pour hot liquid into something cold, especially with eggs, because you don't want scrambled eggs into some chocolate brownies. I don't think that's gonna taste very good. Yeah, okay, but this is gonna be really yummy. It's gonna smell so good, like you're in a bakery or like a Candyland fairy tale. It's perfect for Christmas, and let's get going. Awesome, now that that's all mixed together, we're going to release the bowl from the stand mixer just to scrape down the sides, let it mix a little bit more, then we're going to fold in the flour and the cocoa powder, but we're going to whisk the cocoa powder into the flour first, so it breaks up any huge clumps of cocoa, and that way, if anyone bites into a cake brownie, no one's gonna choke on a pocket of cocoa powder. All right. So the consistency of this batter is pretty thick already, thanks to the eggs. There is no leavening agent used in this recipe because we have so much egg and the air whipped into the eggs. That's what's gonna cause it to naturally rise, and it's really, really soft and moist and tender. Here we go. Just gonna scrape the sides down. Make sure you get a little bit underneath the bowl too, because some stand mixers are concave and poke up a little bit from the bottom, and you want to make sure nothing is stuck there so that you get an even, consistent batter. We're also going to add 40 grams of unsweetened regular cocoa powder, which, by the way, the dark chocolate cocoa powder is also unsweetened. I'm just gonna whisk this together to break up any big clumps of cocoa powder. And flour as well. If you have a sifter at home or a metal sieve, you could totally put this through, but honestly, this recipe is really easy. You don't need to do an extra step like that because the eggs are already so fluffy because of how you whisk them and the aeration that goes into them. Well, really quick here, we're almost ready. And you just want to gently fold this into your egg mixture because you don't want that fluffiness to dissipate or anything to collapse. Just gonna dump everything in. It makes a funny whoosh sound. And then we're just gonna fold it. And it smells so good. I don't know where all of you are, Cosorians, but right now we're filming in Southern California, and it's not very cold out here, but whenever I do make this recipe for my family and my friends, I always think of the ski resorts up in at least Mammoth or Big Bear. I know that's still in California, but also when I was on the East Coast for a while, it just really reminds me of like that holiday spirit. Everything's cold and it's like your nose is chilly, Jack Frost is literally nipping at you, and then you walk into a coffee shop or a cafe and you smell hot chocolate. That moment, this is exactly that moment, but in your kitchen. So it's fantastic. All right, we're almost there. Just wanna gently continue to fold. And when you fold, you wanna make sure you're going the same direction after you get like a good zhuzh of everything. You wanna make sure if you're going clockwise, go clockwise all the way. If you're going counterclockwise, continue to go counterclockwise. That way, you make sure that everything you're folding in, especially if it's like a meringue or anything with a lot of aeration in it, you're not gonna like make anything collapse and release the air from your batter. All right, this is looking really good. We're just going to gently place the bowl down now and scrape down the sides a little bit more so we get all of that dry mix into the wet batter. And give it one more fold. Perfect. This is the consistency you want. Yeah, like that. We're just gonna slide everything off right now. And then I'll show you these really cool cupcake liners I have specifically for making these cupcakes or for any sort of decorated muffins, or if you want to do like a butterfly cupcake or a hummingbird cupcake for Mother's Day. These are great. They're sturdy liners. One moment. Yeah. So they're very tall. It's made out of paper, recyclable paper, so it's really nice. And they kind of got these little scallop-like designs going on, which I think is really festive. And they're just great because in an air fryer or an oven, they hold up really well. They can withstand really high heat, and it's just a really nice way to be able to present your cupcakes to your friends and your family. So we're going to just get everything cleaned up a little bit, and I'll show you how much batter to put into each cup. Awesome, now we're ready to fill the cupcake liners with the batter. I have a really handy 1 ounce scoop here. We're gonna put about 1.5 to 2 ounces into the cupcake liner. To make your life easier and my life easier, we're going to spray this right now so all the batter comes out really clean. It's just simple oil spray. You can use any oil you want. Make sure it's neutral. Please don't use anything like extra virgin olive oil or like rosemary orange extra virgin olive oil. You don't want that in your cupcakes. It's not gonna be very good. All right, so we're just gonna take 1 ounce first and put it into a scoop and do another one. Depending on the consistency of the batter every time you make it, this is how you can test to see whether or not you have enough batter in these types of cupcake liners. You just wanna get it all flattened out at the bottom. And actually for us today, I think we're gonna go with 3 scoops because if you look at it, it's very, it's just not tall enough. It's maybe a 1/4 filled. We want it a little bit more than a 1/4. Not quite a half, not quite a 1/4, somewhere in a happy medium between. So for us, we're going to do 3 ounces today. And the reason for the discrepancy is because depending on where you're making it, the environment of your kitchen, the season, the weather, all of that affects how much flour hydrates and really affects how your products will look like, especially when you're making baked goods. That's why I personally think that baking and pastry chefs are mad scientists, because that's literally what they are. They are so good with chemistry, and they have to be. And for us, we're lucky today that so far everything's been going really well. We don't have to start over. We don't have to, do anything extra to make sure these come out. And it'll be a really easy, simple recipe for you to do at home as well. All right, let's get these babies going. And another cool trick is if you are impatient like I am, you can just take a spoon and kind of just squash it down and smooth out the top. Be really easy as well. The good thing about these cupcake liners is that since they're so tall, and there's also no leavening product in here besides the eggs, it won't expand as much. We're gonna get almost a perfect little like dome on top that's kind of craggly and rustic looking, because that's what we want from brownies. And it's gonna be really nice for when we decorate these. It's gonna be really fun and festive, just all around joyful, perfect for the holidays. All right. We're going to, actually, before we insert into the air fryer, if you can't find these cool cupcake liners, I just got these off of online, but if you can't find them, the regular 6 cupcake pan holder thing from the grocery market, you could just get that, cut it, and you can fit 9 of them in here as well. And you can just use the regular liners like this and they'll go in, and it's super easy. But now for the main event. Once again, we've already had this preheated. It's at 320 degrees Fahrenheit. ready to go. Be careful, it's hot. Again, make your life easier. Use the dual basket function. This way makes your life easier. You can reach your hand into the hot preheated basket much safer than if it was just one basket. And we're gonna just gently put them in. Make sure you don't touch the edges because it is hot. This. Awesome. Okay, insert it into the machine. And the cool thing about this machine is when you turn it on, if you don't use any of the presets or settings, it's just air fry. And this recipe works if you use the air fry setting or the bake setting. Today, I just want to do a straight air fry recipe, so we're just going to do air fry. We're going to adjust the temperature to 320 degrees. Then you're going to adjust the time. We're going to do it for 20 minutes today. Enable the shake button. Where is it? Right here. And off we go. We'll see you in a few moments and we'll be ready to decorate. I know normally my favorite time of the day is taste testing, but today is different. Today, the decoration part is my favorite part of the day. So welcome Cosorians to a Christmas candy wonderland. Let's get started. So we kind of did a little bit movie magic here. These cupcakes are cooled and ready to go, but I did want to show you how easy it is to detach from the machine. You know, dual basket functions, and this is cold, so I can touch it, but don't touch it at home, okay? It's hot. Yeah, look how beautiful your cupcakes are. They're perfect. And then when you pick it up, everything is ready to go. It's not super solid, it's light and fluffy, and I promise you these aren't as sweet as you think they're going to be because we used bittersweet chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, also dark cocoa powder, and regular unsweetened cocoa powder. So it's gonna be really nice, really well balanced, and just a delicious treat for you to do. This is great for holiday parties, family gatherings, arts and crafts with your kids, or doing it for like a PTA event for your school, or you're with your kids at school too. All right, let's get going here. This is so fun. So in order to make our snowmen, snow women, snow children, snow everything, you wanna make sure your cupcakes are completely cooled. You're gonna take a little spoon. We're gonna do about 1 to 2 tablespoons of the whipped cream topping here. We're gonna just make sure that the tops are filled. You can go a little bit more if you like whipped cream, because whipped creams with brownies are delicious. I'm gonna push it around. Then we're gonna dip into our little cloud friend here. Make sure that's there. You can make your coconut topping a little bit higher if you like. I'm probably going to keep it like this for this first one, just so I can show you more different versions, ways of making your cupcakes. Then we're gonna go with mini semi-sweet chocolate chip morsels, and they're very tiny, but these are for the eyes. I like to position the eyes first, just so you know where and how big, like the smile you want the cupcake to be in the snowman. Now this is the fun part. I'm using sour punch straws, sour streamers, sweetened coconut, and for the earmuffs, because that's what the sour punch straws are for, this is the arch of the earmuff, and for the little muff part of the, I think that's what they're called, muffs, you're gonna use like gummy rounds. You could use Smarties, you could use cinnamon imperials, or you could like use any type of dried fruit or anything you want to be a little bit more healthier. But we're gonna stick with candy today because that's my personal favorite. And I think I'm gonna go with a red earmuff right now. So we're just gonna take sour punch straws. I've cut them into about an inch and a half. I'm gonna just kind of bend it like so and place it on top so it stays. Then I think I'm going to use these candy rounds, these gummy rounds for the earmuffs right now. They're so cute. Oh, and before I forget, to make it sparkly snow, you're gonna use sanding sugar, white sanding sugar, and just sprinkle over the top. super cute. And for the nose, I got some dried apricots, cut them into triangles. And place it on top. And let's see, what do I want to do for the mouth? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna take this first, sorry Cloud, but put that back here. I'm gonna grab some scissors in a second, make a smaller mouth, but that's the mouth of the snowman. And I'm gonna use Smarties for their rosy cheeks. Perfect, we've got that candy strip mouth, and hopefully this doesn't fall, but look at how cute that is. Ooh, it's okay. He's not a real snowman, he won't melt very easily. There we go. And I think the great part about this is you've got an assortment of candy. You can do any color, any mix match that you want to do. And welcome to the next best part of the day. Again, another one of my favorites, the taste test. As you can see on the table, I had some great fun with the cast and the crew, and we made all of them, all the snowman cupcakes, made the Cooking with Cosori logo and a snow cloud, and this is just such a great recipe for the holidays. You can do this, you know, at the beginning of December, in the middle of December, every day in December, because it's so much candy. It's just fantastic. But enough of me talking, let's get to the taste test. I'm going to choose this one right here because our sound technician, Kaylee, made this, and it really does look like her. She's got really pretty red hair and made out of Sour Punch straws. She's got a really cute apricot nose and some Smarties for her rosy cheeks. And yeah, now I get to show you what these amazing cupcakes look like on the inside. I'm just gonna slowly peel this out, which is another reason why I love these cupcake liners, because it's so easy to remove. Look at that. It's nice and fudgy and moist already. You can see the springy bounce back. Let me just remove the bottom here. And here we go. Do you guys see that? You made a cake with this crumb, this aeration, this tender, and this moist in the air fryer. I'm making a mess, but I don't care right now because it's delicious. I'm gonna break Snowman Kaylee here apart a little bit more, sadly, but for a good cause. It's not dense. It's not too cakey. Everything is perfectly cooked through and through. And overall, it's just delicious. And when your snowman does start to melt, it's okay. It's an easy cleanup. Once again, thank you so much for watching, Cosorians. I had a great time cooking with you today. We just want to wish you happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Before we leave, though, I do have another question for you. I want to know what your favorite holiday activity is. My personal favorite holiday activity, if I'm stuck on the West Coast for Christmas, definitely going to the beach, making sandcastles and snowmen out of sand. Or if I'm on the East Coast with my friends, definitely skiing and snowboarding. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your answers down in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, let's scoot that down. Let's do that. Crafting with Cosori. Wow. Oh, let's give someone blue lips because they have dying from hypothermia. It's okay. I'm a spooky person. You should have seen our Halloween set, yo. You can do it flat, you can make it round, you could do whatever your heart desires. You could make it blind like what JJ's doing. Cover the eyes. Ooh. Yay, look at him. I love Bob.
Thank you.
I love Bob so much. You don't understand.
That looks like you.
Kaylee, that's so cute. Do you hear my wrists? They went click.
Oh, those are wrists?
Yeah.
I thought it was the candy.
Nah. I'm old and I'm dying. It's okay. I love you. It's for Andrea. Okay, are they all decorated?